Welcome to Shore Perspectives, a community feature of WESR Radio, highlighting the spirit of the shore from those who call it home.
My name is Ryan Jones, and I am a senior at Northampton High School, and I am the president of the Interact Club. This club was just implemented this year with Rotary, so Bill Payne and I worked to get about 20 members for Northampton High School for the Interact Club. So the Interact Club was established into the school before COVID, and then once COVID hit, it was gone. Nobody had brought it back out. So this year, Bill Payne and I re-implemented it back into the high school, and the whole idea is mainly community service, giving back to our community, our schools, road pickups, things we can do to kind of involve students to be able to have community service hours and things on their resume, but also involvement into our community. Our project this year was redoing the custodian lounge. This idea came about in our first meeting. A couple of my classmates and I, we would walk by our custodian break room every single day, and from the outside, we couldn't even see that much. It was just a wreck. There were random sofas, there were random chairs, random tables, and I was just like, how is this fair? These people are here all the time doing all this work for our schools, and they have a junky room that they spend all of their time in. So we decided to meet with the head custodian. We went in and we were like, this is a perfect first project. We did have to do quite a lot of work over the summer, but we were able to recruit many members to come for every activity that we had to complete. And we had a lot of participation, and it ended up being the best thing ever. So we started with having to tear up rug that has probably been down for 30 years, scraping glue off the floor, sweeping up dirt, and then we evolved into, priming and painting the walls. These walls were white with holes covering. You couldn't even have a spot this big without there being a ginormous hole. So we patched all the holes, primed the walls, and were able to paint it. We did like a light green color. And then our next step was flooring. So we got some hammer-in floor, got it down, because they haven't had a hard floor in that room as long as Northampton has been built. And then we had to go make an IKEA run, so we got furniture, accessories, things that we needed to just make the space comfortable and beautiful like they deserve. So we recruited people to put these things together. They were a little wobbly at first, but with some adjustments, we got it all squared away. And then just some finalizing touches. We put some plants in there, some folders. Miss Weeks, one of our head custodians, requested a cork board. So things like that, finishing touches, and then we had a final reveal to, show them the room. And one of the custodians looked at me and he said, nobody in my entire life has asked us, how can we help you guys? How can we give back to you? And he told me that, this project really helped him realize that there are kind people in the world. And it just felt really good on behalf of me and the entire Interact Club to be able to, bring some light to these people. We wanted to, bring some light to the people who spend so many days at school, so many days. I feel like I'm there my entire life. I feel like I eat, sleep, and breathe school. And to think that the custodians are there 10 times more than I am doing worse thing like work and picking up cockroaches and changing light bulbs. We wanted to shine some light on the people that, some of the most hardworking people in our schools. Our reveal was on, I think it was a Tuesday afternoon. We had finished laying everything out. Floors were down, walls were painted, everything was staged. We had the door closed. We had a few members that could make it were there. And we had some cookies and some Gatorade, and of course, everybody was happy to see cookies and Gatorade. And so I gave a little speech about, this project, how thankful we are for the custodians and how much they've done for us and how we wanted to give back. I led them in, I opened the door, and I just saw oh my gosh, they had never seen hardwood floors like this in this room. They had seen a dingy carpet that was crusted together with grease and, fly spray and anything you can imagine. And just the smile and the joy brought, me and my fellow Interact members just so much happiness. It was just all of the long nights and the early mornings and the calling out for work. All of it was worth it, because at the end of the day, we shined some light on these people who gave back to us all the time. We were able to get a grant from the Northampton Education Foundation, and then Rotary matched it. So we in total raised about $2,000. So it was very nice just to see, we had amounts of money, and we also had lots of donated work. So our floors were donated time and product by Mike and Glenn Purvis. They donated their time and supplies for the molding around the floor. We had Lizzie Lawson, a part of New Ravenna, who came and helped us interior design, tell us, oh, that's horrible, oh, this looks great. We had Mason Ingram there helping us do construction, nail into this, concrete wall. And then we had many donors of microwave, refrigerator. That was very helpful in the financial aspect of it all. I think over a span of probably 2 to 3 months, we had about 80 hours put in, whether it was stopping by to add a little bit of paint to the wall or, add a screw into the wall. It probably came out to about 80 hours of work. We are going to try to focus our time a little bit more on the community. Our first project was in Northampton High School, but we're going to branch out a little bit. I know that one of our projects is going to be to redo the courtyard in Northampton High School. I know it's another school project, but, we're going to make it prettier somewhere where kids can sit. If, they get in trouble in a classroom, they can come sit outside in the courtyard to kind of take a minute and breathe. We also are participating in a few road cleanups, some little things, and we are going to meet with Rotary again to come up with bigger and good ideas for helping out our community. This experience has absolutely helped me to just understand kindness is always something that will make someone stay better, whether it's, saying hi to someone in the hallway or redoing a custodian lounge that has been needed for 30 years. But just understanding that there are some people that get swept under the mat, and bringing light and joy to these people who really deserve it and maybe need it is always something that's rewarding. And it's nice to feel like me alongside my fellow Interact members are making an impact on these lives. Everybody's struggling with something, and just, a little kindness here and there always makes some day better. And it'll also help me to remember that change is always around the corner. So, a new project, new idea can spark so many new things into a new environment. So I'm excited to make a difference anywhere and keep working with amazing groups of people.
For Shore Perspectives and WESR Radio, I'm Kelly Gaskell.